Aaron, hello. Thank you for your video discussion post that draws from all of our readings. Exciting to watch that video and really take it in. I had to rewind the clip a couple of times just to absorb the content you were drawing from, your insights, your questions, and I just want to speak to a little bit of it since we always want to leave room for everyone else to have some valuable discussion as well. You asked a question about whether or not we prefer download and streaming or more than a disc or player, or rather if we're heading in that direction in terms of obsolete technologies. Okay, obviously we've seen the VHS come and go. We have seen Laserdisc, right? Trial and error, fail, and other things like that. We've seen the economic age of the DVD come to an end, and you know that would, I mean, let's think about it. History would thus tell us that we will see change. All right, it's inevitable, and that is the nature of technology. At the same time, there is something to be said about physical media. I think that's a really important discussion, you know, and it doesn't bother some people. To other people, it can mean everything. Let's take, for instance, record players, all right? Let's talk about the music industry for a short minute. The music industry, in some ways, has completely changed, and people don't buy albums anymore. They don't buy records. They want to stream the music, and they can find a lot of it for free on the internet. At the same time, we're kind of moving into that era where you're paying monthly fees to a platform, not to the artists themselves. We're paying the platform outright. Amazon, Apple, and so on. So you're paying the same thing like we would see with streaming services. It's streaming services. It's audio streaming. Even podcast companies like Stitcher Premium, I believe, and others. Okay, and so we're paying for the streaming rights, and then they are negotiating contracts behind the scenes. So, you know, we don't have to cry crocodile tears for Taylor Swift just yet. She's signing lucrative contracts with lots of companies. She even has her own, what is it, AT&T Uverse channel. That said, it is becoming more of a niche product. Okay, that physical media doesn't mean it's less valuable to a lot of people. It just may be less commonplace. We're not using this book in this class, but most of you have had some exposure to Jenkins, Ford, and Green's spreadable media, and we kind of pop in on this book from time to time. The whole reason it was a strategic selection for us is because they stress how, as much as we want to think of linear change and linear progression, it's about recognizing all the potential portals at once, right? I say portals, channels, what have you, mediums with which we can thrust that message, right? That message of whether the message is someone's favorite show or a film that's really popular or a brand item. You know, so we're recognizing the value of multifaceted synergistic strategies. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing that decline in DVDs, but we're seeing other discs arise. You know, something will always give way to something else. But you know, if I want something enough, I still find myself buying some discs, some hard copies. And think about even records, right? Records are essentially out of fashion, but for the hardcore music aficionados, we still find record stores. This is like a trade area. Okay, so it just becomes more niche. The page 13 commentary. Whoa, you ask this question: is what we watch really useful? And I'm sitting there taking notes, and this is meant to be like the mind blown emoji. Okay, this is a simple question that is way too complex. Okay, so blow my mind. this is a personal question, it's an individual question, but it could even be a existential question. Is what we watch really useful? And I think that's a key question we absolutely are trying to engage in long form in our curriculum. Okay, are the things we do with media really useful? And if they are, we've accomplished something. If they are not, how can we take steps to learn how to approach media in useful ways? And that is something that we are invested in here. So I don't have some simple answer. I think it's a long, large series of responses that hopefully we're keeping our eyes and ears and minds open for, right? Looking for those. Great questions. Thank you, Aaron. Looking forward to more from everyone else.